Oh Lord, I don't believe I have this. I have to do this every 5 or 6 years because some supporter, feels like, oh, look at this, look what I found, right? And then people that know me, they know that I've posted this plenty of times before, especially when they were trying to accuse me of the crime, and I had to show that in '96 I was sitting in jail, right? But now. Sully thinks that, now this is all me. This starts from 92 on back, right? These are criminal cases. Now, this CRB, these are all criminal cases, right? This is traffic, CRM, traffic type stuff. I got a lot of things going on here, boy, I tell you. I'm glad I don't act like that anymore. The last one that I have is right here, 2006. So we have to dig our way back. So let's check this one out. 2006, we don't live over there no more. Let me see what it was. Oh, they caught me with a little bit of weed. Look at all these crimes. Yeah, they caught me with some weed in my pocket. I'm just a criminal, ain't I, right? God forbid that. That's the last case that I've had. Right? So I paid my little $100 fine and went on about my business with that one. So, let me see where we're at here. Oh, 2002. Let's see what this is. What do we have here? God, this guy's such an idiot. He is such a criminal. Domestic violence causing harm and assault and physical harm. That's when you catch the girl that you're seeing messing with somebody and you get into it with her and you beat her husband, the guy she's messing with up type of deal. But look at this. So, that's dismissed. That's one that's been dismissed. See that? And here's some of my other cases. That's one that's been dismissed. Let's see here. We'll just have to go through every one of them because, I'm not like you. 2002 CRA. Domestic violence. Known prior. Dismissed. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Dismissed, right? That means there's no crime committed. But I'm going to go on because I've had to do this. This ain't the first time I've had to do this. Okay, let's see here. We went 1, 2, 3. Here's another one right here. Here's a CRB. What is that? 2001. Violation of a protection order. Aggravated menacing. Withdrawn. Withdrawn. Now, this is Heather Dozier. She's my twins' mom. I had to leave her because she had she had a lot of problems. She had a very bad drug problem called heroin. So what she would do is like on Friday nights or whatever, she knew I wasn't into all that type of heroin type of bullshit. So on Friday nights, she would do this on Fridays quite a bit. And I didn't catch on till later. She'd pick a fight with me and her get argued. She'd pick up the phone, call the police. I go to jail and can't get out till Monday. Monday she won't show up. They dismiss the case. But the whole weekend she's got my car, my money, and out partying. That's what she would do. Right? And that's why I would get these withdrawals a lot of times. Because she would do this, right? Just to get me locked up for the weekend for a couple days until I finally left her ass. But anyways, let's go. Well, let me see. That was 1, 2, 3. Here, I think it's this one. Let's go 2001. Another one. Dismissed. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's the same one, but let's just be right. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go here. Okay. Public intox. Yeah, that's when I drank. I don't drink anymore. We don't drink in this house, do we, Nicole? Lots of Dr. Pepper. Yeah, I haven't. I haven't been a drinker for probably now over the last 18 years or so that I've been with Nicole. I've probably maybe had a case of beer here and there. I like the Stella a toy, or they call it Stella, with a cheeseburger, Red Robin. I like that. But yeah, that was guilty. That's just a little fine, shredded. See that? Time served. What they do is when down here, if they catch you drunk, you go sit for 4 hours, they let you go, and you're done. Yeah, I don't drink anymore. So what was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you see here, this is one in 2000. What did I get myself into 25 years ago? Oh, violation of protection order again. Dismissed. Same thing with Heather. She was a heroin addict. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go to. Oh, here's one from 1998. What was that? Driving without a license. I don't remember that. But apparently I paid $210 because I got caught without my license. God damn, put me under the prison. Let's see here. Another traffic. I don't know what that's the same one, I think, that just showed up twice. 2 different cases, same different day. Same thing. 98 CRB. Domestic violence. Assault. Withdrawn. Heather Dozier again. She finally died of a heroin overdose. So let's just move on here. I think we're about right here. I don't want to miss any. CRB. Let's see here. CRA. What is this? Burglary. Oh my God. Man, that guy is such a criminal. Now, this is one of the ones where I served myself. Served as an attorney myself. The public defender, when he came in there, I fired him. Right? And I took the case over for myself. And proved that I was innocent. Dismissed. So, where was I at? It was CRA in 88. I think I was right here. Drug abuse. Uh-oh. Drug abuse. Guilty. What is this? 1998. Let me see. Man, I used to love my weed, I tell you. 3/16/98 credit time served, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I don't remember exactly what happened there, where they probably caught me with a little bit of weed. Because I haven't done anything else but weed. I haven't been caught with anything else but weed. Where are we at here? I want to find. Here's a CRA. Uh-oh, no, that's the same one. It's been dismissed. Let's see here. I'm going to move up. I want to go to 1996. Now, I've done this before. I went through this whole thing before because we've had other people. Look at all this stuff. There's probably only 3 convictions on here. Oh, here's one in 96. Dismissed. Dismissed. Period. As you know, you can be accused of crimes, and if you don't do them, you'll get your case dismissed. Let's see right here, it's 96 CRB. Criminal damaging. Let's take a look here. This is a guilty one. Alright, let me see. I'm going to look at it and I'll go through here, blah, 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 blah. Let me see the names. Pickerel. Now, this one was, I was already in the penitentiary. I was already locked up for something else. Alright, so they got rid of this one. That's why. Yeah, I was in the penitentiary. But I want to look at some of these dates that are on here. Yeah, that's 93. Now, I'll tell you about the prison sentence here in just a moment. First, I want to get back to the 1996 ones. I'll show you guys something. As withdrawn. Okay. I want to show you. I guess it's this one. Maybe this one. Right here. Criminal trespass. Yeah, I have no idea what this one's about, but it doesn't look like there's any 426.96. Apparently I was somewhere I wasn't supposed to be, but I don't recall that. Let's see. I want to find this one that shows where I was at on the day. Because somebody asked, where was Brian at 6696? There's so many of these. Oh, menacing. Boy, he's a bad guy, that one. Seven. $614. Okay. Right here. Intimidation of a crime victim. Closed. This is one of the ones that was withdrawn. Or closed. So, let's see. Where was that at? Where is that at? 3. Here's another 93. CRB. Aggravated menacing. Closed. It was just withdrawn completely. 93. 92. This was, I know exactly what this is about. This is when I had this, I was seeing this one girl named Melissa. I didn't know that she had a boyfriend. And I had this 1983 Ford Crown Victoria. Beautiful car. And just had it painted baby blue. So, her boyfriend I was in the house with her, right? And her boyfriend had sent somebody over to bust all the windows out of that car. And then he bragged about it. So, yeah, he busted all the windows out of that car. So, she told me where he worked at. And I went to his car where he worked at. They had all the garage open. And I'm calling him out. And I busted all his windows out his car. So I took the little menacing because he wouldn't come out, and I took the little criminal damaging charge for that. That's what I get, all right? So let's see here. Is that the same one? Yeah, I had to pay for those windows. But he had to pay for mine too, so it don't matter. It's one of those two things. He didn't Jimmy Anderson. No, that's aggravated menacing that was dropped. I want to find my prison charge, and I can't find it. All I can find is these charges that are. I'm going to find that. That's crazy because it was here before, and now I don't find it. It shows exactly where I was on the day Devin and Damon were murdered. But I was in jail. I was actually. But these cases, you can look it up and find my name on DaytonMunicipalCourt.com, and you can find that about 70% of these are dismissals. Let me just pick one randomly. Okay, here's one right here. It's a sentence. Okay, this was dismissed, right? And now I got a sentence for this, so I want to see what this is about. Again, Heather Dozier. Now this is the time that she actually had me locked up. And she didn't really, I wanted to be done with her, and because she would keep doing this and sending me for the weekend. So what happened this time was, when I went to court, when it was time for me to come to court, she's like, okay, I'm not going to show up, blah, 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 blah. She didn't show up to court, right? But I didn't want to fool with her anymore. So I pled guilty to the domestic violence, even though I didn't do anything to her. I pled guilty to the domestic violence. And the judge was even telling me, she's not here in the courtroom, this could go a different way, because I'm prepared to let you go because she's not here. I said, oh, no. I said, I did it. I said, go ahead and lock me up. He said, well, I'm going to be forced to give you, 3 to 6 months in the workhouse here in Dayton. So I said, no, I did it. And they shipped me out to the workhouse. He gave me a 6-month sentence. They shipped me out to the workhouse. And I had it bad for this girl. But she had a serious drug problem. So they shipped me out to the workhouse. And I do not put her on my visiting list. I did not put her on my call list. If she sent me mail, I told them I didn't want it, so I never got it. If she sent it, I wanted no contact with her. No contact with her for 6 months, and I did that. And by the time I got out, I had no feeling for her whatsoever, none. She had me wrapped around her finger. So this is the time that I actually admitted to it. I admitted. I said, I did it. But I didn't do anything. I didn't touch her. And it shows right here that it was Heather Dozier. This is the same girl that I had problems with. Right? Even when okay. Wait a minute, this might be the one. No, this is the one they were talking about, my name change. But these are all, things that, dismissals, traffic tickets, things like that. But the reason I went to the penitentiary and did my time, my wife's sitting right here. My first wife. And I have to explain this again, Pam. I know you've heard this a million times and some of the others. My first name, her name is Melissa. And we lived in this townhouse building on Redwood Avenue here in Dayton. And out back, there was a parking port for your cars, but there was no assigned spots. And we had these rowdy bunch that lived down at the end. Anyways, my wife parks her car in a spot where someone else normally parks their car. And instead of him saying, hey, you know, this is where I park at, he said, you're going to move your car right now, bitch. And she said, I ain't moving shit. So he hauled off and smacked her in the mouth. And she called me. I worked at Emory Air Freight. And she called me and she said, the guy down there, he smacked me. I said, okay, I'll be home in a minute. And I clocked out and I came home. And the guy lived down the hallway from us. You know, he just happened to be a black guy. He lived down the hallway from us, and I'm beating on his door to come out. He opens up the door with the chain lock on the door. And I said, come on out here, buddy. I ain't got tits. His mother comes behind him and points a 9mm out at the door. So I kicked the door and smacked it out of her hand, and I grabbed him in a headlock and beat the living fuck out of him for putting his hands on my wife. So I took the little 2 years in prison for that. It was burglary with intent to commit felonious assault. And I was looking at 2 to 15 years for that. And I didn't care. Because I'm not, when the judge said, do you have anything to say before I pass sentence? I said, I don't know what you're trying to teach me here. I said, but the man put his hands on my wife, and I would do the same thing tomorrow to protect my family. And he gave me the lowest sentence. He gave me 2 years. I didn't get the 2 to 15. He gave me 2 years. Because he had to do something. Right? Now, he knew what it was. He knew what it was, but he had to do something. So he gave me the 2 years, and I'm in there, and I'm doing really well. I was a captain's clerk at Pickaway Correctional Institution. I was at CRC for a while, and when I was at CRC, Correction Reception Center, I worked with the inmates that were criminally insane, that couldn't come out of their cells. I'd have to sit out their cells, and they'd tell me what they wanted me to write down on letters for them to send out because they couldn't have a pencil at the time. That we were allowed to smoke in prison at the time, but they weren't allowed to have lighters in their cell. So I would go around and I would give them, they'd ration their cigarettes, I'd light it up for them, put it in a little thing for them. But that was a pretty cool job. So anyways, I wrote myself a shock probation to get a shock probation, to write to the judge on your own behalf. And after just a little more than a year after I'd been there, I wrote the shock probation, told them what, the whole situation, and people were keep telling me the shock probation, those things don't work, you won't get it, and the judge gave it to me. He gave me shock probation on that one. And before the shock probation, even before the shock probation, though, I had already had that, and I was waiting on my date to get out when the parole board came to see us. There's 269 inmates that went up to the board on that day, and they're all begging the board, why should we let you out? And when the board asked me, why should I let you out type of deal, I said, I don't care if you let me out or not. I said, I ain't got but 9 months left to do it. I can do that asleep. And they gave it to me. So I got out. But that's the story behind, look at all these crimes this guy has committed. Look at all these crimes and look at all these dismissals this guy's got. Yeah, look at all of it. Because I can serve as my own attorney. You can be accused of crimes in the United States, but if you didn't do them, you normally won't be convicted. Look at all this. Let me see. I'm going to see if I can find that. All right, that's really bothering me that I can't find that. 11:21. I'm going to find it. $6,696. Change last name. Changed last name. I was in jail. Changed last name. Now, Sully, if you're really as good as what you say you are in your detective work, What did I change my last name from? And what was it? What was it before? And what's it now?